Joe's on the phone 90% of the time.
Sure.
I know, right? It's like on TikTok.
I don't have TikTok. I do have
neither.
TikTok. I don't use it.
I don't have it. Because
Joe's
when I have it, I use it too much.
Joe's checking out straight content on the Instagram.
I'm actually watching porn.
Straight or gay?
Both.
There you go.
Are we filming?
Yes.
Oh,
Perfect.
perfect.
Great.
Okay, amazing. Love that. Love that. This is the effort that we're giving today. We can't do worse than we did last week. We're probably
That's
not even
true.
going to air
We're
that
so
episode.
It was so
yeah.
bad about last week.
Well, we filmed at like 4 p.m. on Friday, so we were just
We're
all
all
checked
tired.
out.
Like everybody was like, I just don't want to do
And
that.
everyone, this is Miranda.
Hi. Hey.
Miranda, would you like to
I'm
introduce
going to need a
yourself?
little bit more energy than that.
Hi. I'm
There we
Miranda. I'm
go.
usually not on camera because I'm chained to a desk and I'm not out in the field like these guys.
What's your job title?
I'm the executive assistant for Grigory Pekarsky. EA.
How do you
All
like?
day.
How do you like that?
I love it. I do. It's a lot.
Now try
But,
try to say it like more convincing now.
I love it. No, it's great. It is great. I love Grigory. He's such a good leader. He's a good manager. Having fun. It's fun. And I can be myself here.
I love that.
I love that.
That's important.
Perfect. Joe will be reading.
We are missing Katie today, so we had our extra chair. So this is our guest. I will be reading the Reddit submissions. Submissions. It is 12 o'clock on a Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, yeah.
It is Wednesday.
October.
No, it's
October
Thursday.
16th.
Oh shoot! It's Thursday.
It is Thursday, October 16th.
So the better than the last time we did this at Friday at 4 p.m.
Ugh.
Not good.
Not great. Not awesome.
No, not at all.
Never.
All right,
But
should-
even we didn't enjoy that conversation, so I don't know if other
It's
people
kind of
would.
depressing at some point,
little bit, yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, but we're perky. We're fun. Miranda's
Yeah, we
number
all
one.
caffeinated.
Yeah,
I'm getting there.
you're getting there. You've got caffeine. So feel free to. Are you a licensed real estate agent?
No, I don't want to be.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
But you have a lot of experience like working behind the scenes. You have a lot of opinions. So feel free
Yeah.
to jump in.
Yeah, I will.
You've been doing it for how many years?
I don't know. Probably less than 5, like not even that long.
Oh, okay.
What did you do
But just
before?
the people who I worked for, they were all so crazy, so I learned a lot in a short period of time. Before that, I did personal assisting. I did retail. I did restaurants. I was a hostess
You've
at Mastro's,
been-
New York.
You have been through it, hunty.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Done a lot.
Okay, great. Well, feel free to jump in on any of
I will.
any
No,
of the
I will.
opinions that you have.
I will.
Yeah, we usually read it out and then we comment.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I like your sunglasses.
as you should.
They're very,
And
very-
you should too. Their Louis Vuitton was not to like.
Could not tell.
If you cannot tell, yeah. This is the most this is the most Eastern European thing, like Gucci.
No, I don't do that.
No, I know you won't, but yeah.
I do have a. Okay, maybe sometimes. Listen, I like to be understated. Do you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
Joe is nominated for Best Dressed
Yes, thank you.
Agent. You're welcome.
Of course, he is.
Yeah, so go vote for him.
Your vote
Go
matters.
vote for me. Did you guys all vote?
Yeah.
You
I
can do
did.
it daily, you know.
Really?
Yes, go
Oh,
back
you
on and
just
do it again.
scam. I'm gonna just set up a bot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Okay,
We're
perfect.
gonna rig it.
Listen.
Take that out. Cut that
Listen,
out.
Joe, even if you don't win, like you're a winner
No, I'm
in our
winning.
I'm just
It
saying.
would be a disservice to the magazine if I didn't win. It would make them look bad.
correct.
Exactly.
That's so true.
Right?
Tell
I'm
me
like,
you don't have taste.
this
Don't
is-
tell me you don't have taste.
Yes. If people knew they had bad taste, they wouldn't have bad taste.
Listen, in my eyes, you're already a winner.
I don't care about your eyes. I care about Chicago Agent Magazine's eyes.
Wow.
Anyway, first submission. Here we go.
Coming from a straight man, that hurt though. Oh my god. But
If I decide to start to care about straight men's feelings, I'll let you know. Up until this point, 35 years of life, I've not given a lick. Okay. Title of this one is I absolutely feel brain dead trying to understand buying a house. Well, it's a big process.
Yeah.
Husband and I are wanting to buy our first house. We spoke to an initial broker. She said that we'd pay $500 for the inspection and 3% to her. Cool. Can afford that on top of our down payment. Great. Spoke to a second broker. She said it's $500 for general inspection plus $300 to $1,000 more for a detailed inspection, including termite, mold, radon, checking pipes, etc., and the 3% broker commission. That's fine. We can add some money on top of our down payment and what we knew prior. She tells us we'll have to put $500 down when we make the offer. I don't know what she's talking about there.
Probably earnest
Earnest
money.
money? That's
That's not, yeah.
That's not a lot of earnest money. Okay, costs adding up. Earnest money is not even like a real cost, but we can manage. Today, she sends us an example of a house offer agreement. I see it in the cost that she never mentioned. That agent's charging costs, I guess, to work with her. Apparently, most people pay their down payment on or more on their closing costs. Can somebody please be clear with me? What is all the closing costs that I need to be prepared for in buying a house? This is very confusing. What else do we have to have cash immediately upon offering and closing on a house? Talk to me like I'm dumb because I am. Thank you. Well, I mean, if you're seeking advice on a Reddit thread, I think your intelligence isn't
Are
very
these for like Chicago?
high.
These are like Chicago.
No.
No, they're all over.
Oh,
all over.
All over.
Okay.
From like Bumblefuck,
Yeah.
Indiana. Usually we make fun of Indiana here because that's where I'm Katie.
Love it.
Wait,
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah,
So-
she's from Indiana. Yeah.
Is that where she is? No, she's in Vermont, farming maple syrup or something.
Someone's got to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
someone
what
has
else
to
do
do
you do
it.
there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone has to do it.
Bring us some back some maple syrup, please and thank you.
Please.
So I think, I pride myself on explaining costs to especially first-time home buyers because it can seem like a lot. However, there's some money that you can get back if the deal doesn't work out, and there's some that you cannot. So, go ahead.
Well, I would say if you are not understand, like it's a big issue when you have a realtor and you have a feeling that you need to ask this question on Reddit. I would
Also, did
suggest
anyone else catch? They spoke to two
Yeah.
real estate agents.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
both of them could
Because
not
most of
you
them
need to
suck.
pick one. Yeah, 100%. Most of them suck.
Yeah.
That's why you got to pick one who knows what they're talking about.
and don't feel bad of asking the same question 2, 3, 10, 20 times. We will be all happy to repeat ourselves as many times as needed. That's exactly why you're hiring a realtor and not doing it by yourself.
Also, first and foremost, a buyer's agent 9 times out of 10 is getting their commission from
The seller.
Right.
Well, I don't know what market they're in. Maybe like in their market, it's more competitive. But here in Chicago, yes, I have not had a single buyer pay me out of pocket ever since the rules changed last year. I've sold, I don't know, more than $20 million of real estate. I have not had a single person come out of pocket.
any amount.
No.
I've had 2. 'Cause
I've
the
dropped my
the suburbs.
commission a quarter on one transaction and half on the other transaction. They were big ticket items already. And like I was getting paid anyway. It was a very competitive negotiation. One was new construction in suburbs, which honestly nobody paid 2.5% prior to lawsuit anyway on. It was
Sure.
always a sliding scale.
Sure.
So at the end of the day, I still got my money, and the other one was a nightmare. And
Yeah.
it was like either I can get paid this now, either we can tell them to go screw themselves and spend another month looking for a property, and I would have to do double work. So I went down on that, but I did not have a single buyer come out of pocket.
I always say 9 times out of 10 the seller is going to pay my fee, only because there is that small chance that if it's competitive that you might have to. I've never had a buyer cover all of it, but I've had them do up to 0.5%.
Same.
okay.
I had
And it was a small amount of
same thing. I had
deal.
a couple of buyers cover 0.5% of my
Yeah.
commission.
Yeah,
was it.
which is why I always say you have to set the expectation. Like
Yeah.
that is a question I get a lot. How do you get paid? Pretty early on in the process. So yeah, 9 times out of 10 it comes from the seller, and then
The closing costs.
you have your down payment, which you should already expect
Yeah.
prior to even starting to look at houses.
Absolutely.
You've already talked to a lender. You know that you're expected to pay your down payment. You've already kind of have that idea in your head. And then, Nick, do you want to
Closing
talk?
costs or
Yeah, do you want to talk?
Inspections are basically depending on the size of the house usually, and depending on the state, of course. I mean, for Illinois, for Chicago, let's say a normal 2 and 2, whatever it is, about like 12 to 1,400 square feet, probably around like 5 to 550 ish. It depends on the inspector. You can hire some more of a one-off like kind of guy with a truck that does own inspections, or if you hire a bigger company, it will probably scale $100 more or less here and there. I always recommend, if you're buying detached, sewer scope. That's a must. That's an absolute must if you're buying 2 to 4 or a house. That's another like $250 to $400 depending on the company. Never skip that. Radon, if you're buying a house, sure, yeah, why not? It doesn't hurt. I don't recommend it, but it won't hurt you. Mold, that's another one that a lot of buyers are asking me for. Is if there's no signs of mold and the inspector is kind of reassuring, you'll be like, listen, I don't see shit. I don't even see residue anywhere.
Yeah.
Don't spend $800 for nothing because it's gonna cost you
Those are
800.
800?
It's about like $700 to $800 for mold, right?
Oh my
If you want to do lead, it depend on the. It's really depending on the year the house is built.
And
or
it
the
depends
condo
whether
is
or not
built.
you have kids, because that's usually the only
Exactly,
time that it's actually
exactly.
going to hurt you, unless you like licking walls.
That's another $500 to $600
And
for lead. Again, I've done lead probably like 3 times in my career. I don't remember how much. Probably like $500.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Mold and
I've
lead
done
can be skipped. Sewer scope never. Regular inspection never. So that's again the second realtor that chimed in on the story was they were right. Like it depends if you wanna between 500 and 3,000 on extra inspections, right?
I would say if you have a single family home, you expect like about
Sure,
$1,000
sure.
to $1,200. If you do sewer scope and radon,
There
a lot
might-
of-
I just did this with a single family home. The house itself was only listed for 300,000, but we did sewer, radon, and inspection, and it was about 850,
Yeah,
900.
something like
So
Thermite is always that's if you're V8, thermite is a must. Like you have to do it because
But
you won't
also
be
the
able to
seller
close.
has to pay for it.
But the seller pays for it, correct? Like that can be negotiated. Sometimes sellers are a bit of a but yeah.
And if you are if you're under contract, that is the only money that you will have forfeited if you decide to back out of the contract.
Between 800 with the sewer scope and regular inspection, between 800 and 3,000.
But I would also double check
depends.
if you're using an attorney. Some like our attorney doesn't charge a cancellation fee. There are attorneys that will charge you like $200-$300 for this. Like
If you're in an attorney,
Really?
yeah.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's
I
a
didn't
reason
know
why
that.
people don't like attorneys in general.
Oh.
Well, they'll be like,
Is that
I
why
still-
people are always gunning at me for a free attorney because in case it cancels? No, maybe not, but interesting.
Yeah, the attorney we used to work with before, Eric Midgall, used to charge I think like $200-$300 cancellation, in case because like they technically put in their attorney hours. Yeah.
Oh, wait, how
I guess
common
I
is
don't blame that.
Because I've only
Not
seen,
very
like,
common.
You only pay a few calls. Yeah.
Not very common. Yeah, it's usually you only
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
when you close with
Yeah.
the attorneys.
I feel like that's the same thing about like, agents who charge cancellation fees for their buyer agreements.
Right.
I'm like, well, you're not confident that you're going to be able to
Right?
make the commission?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it though. I haven't heard from any of my buyers who've talked to previous agents that so far
I have.
I haven't heard that
But
anyone
very early
charging-
on, like when the rules
Oh.
first started coming out, I've heard of people charging termination.
For buyer agreements?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've only seen it like listing cancellations fees.
Yeah, listing cancellation I can see because you are spending money out of pocket though, like you're spending time for
We don't charge that, right?
Huh?
We don't charge that.
I know we don't know.
No,
But,
Miranda.
but I can see it though. You know what I mean? You're spending like $1,000 on photos or whatever it is, depending on the house. You're spending like marketing material, time and all that. If somebody charges like $500 cancellation fee, I can see it
Okay.
as a listing agent.
Do you want to talk about closing costs?
Not really. But
Never.
no, I don't. Because
Just have
I
money.
don't. I'm not.
Just have money. Well, it's
I
not
mean,
money. 2.5% to 3.5%.
Yeah,
Less on the
in
less
to-
if you're paying cash, more if you're doing mortgage.
now I get this question a lot, which always honestly like throws me. They're like, does that include my down payment or does it not?
No, it does not.
It does not.
It does not.
So people are always like, oh, is that what I can expect with my whatever it is, $50,000 that they're deciding to put down. Also in this one, they were like, oh, and then the agent told me that upon acceptance of the offer, I owe $500. I'm assuming they're talking about the earnest money, which goes towards your closing costs. So you go under contract. Depending on, you can expect maybe 5% in total earnest money. If you decide to cancel, 9 times out of 10, you're getting that back, depending on how far you are in the process.
Correct.
I don't think
So
we need to dig
if you
deep
buy,
into that.
for a very simple math, if you buy a house for $500,000 and you put in 10% down, hypothetically, your closing costs, including the down payment, will be about $70,000 ish. 10% is the $50K, and then $20,000 for all the other bullshit. Maybe a
So-
little bit less, maybe a little bit more, but about that's about like.
But bottom line is, like, when you are hiring a realtor, use the realtor. Ask them
Yeah.
questions. This is what we're here for. Ask them to explain to you, like, you're dumb. We will.
Yeah, they're usually like after the first time I go out, like if I show 4 houses, usually after that 4th house, I'm like, do you want me to take you through the whole process from start to finish? And we stand outside the house and I tell them about every single cost from start to finish that they're going to expect. And then they ask me questions and I'm like, this is what you can get back. This is what, once you pay inspection, it's gone. And they usually end up asking you to get. Then once we are going through the process, remember what I said.
Yeah.
This is the blah blah blah. So it's like always reiterated too.
No, same for me. And I always end with I have zero expectation that you will remember any of this.
Yes.
If you forget,
Yeah.
if you need to go back to it, that's literally what I'm here
Also,
for.
here's my home buyer guide as a reference
Exactly.
tool that if you ever
Exactly.
want
Yeah,
to.
which is expected though. Like you can remember. Like I mean, if a full blown buyer's presentation is about an hour to go from A to Z, right? Like
I don't
I'm
even
not,
do it that way because nobody's going to remember it anyway.
It's a lot.
Nobody does remember it.
It's
Yeah.
a lot.
And I think too, and sometimes we do so much business, we forget sometimes that like this is a lot of money and it is a big process, especially for doing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Like I think it's so like we're going through the motions kind of thing, which is good because we're
That's what you
doing a
want.
good job. That's what you want. But then, if we're buying our own place or whatever, then you're like, oh my gosh, when it's my money, like it is a
Yeah.
lot of money and it is a big deal. So yes, it is important that they ask every single question multiple times, and you have to hire someone that
Can answer the question.
can answer the question. And that's why a lot of the times, even for buyers, I'm like, please interview me.
Yeah.
And whoever you're talking to, like interview them too.
Yeah.
And then think about who you walk away from more confident with the information that they gave.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they ever feel like they're getting frustrated at you for asking the same question over and over again, it's literally their fucking job.
Yeah. Good with that? Wrapping?
I think
Yeah,
we should-
great.
I
Moving
think-
do it.
along.
Next one. When do you have people sign a buyer's representation agreement? This is from an agent. I've noticed a trend this year with the people I'm helping. No one is signing anything because we're not actually making it to view homes. I'm finding it frustrating that I'm searching for houses and sending out listings to these people, and they just ghost me. Like, welcome to the business.
Sad.
Yeah, working is hard. Trying to turn over leads into actual buyers is difficult. Yeah, that's like I think that's the hardest part of the job.
That's literally the hardest.
That's like literally the hardest thing.
Yeah, because you can't even brag about it on like social media and be like, "Just got this buyer to sign this piece of
Yeah,
paper."
exactly.
Like amazing.
But like Greg says, it's like a small contract
Yeah,
that you got signed.
it
So
is.
yes, some have communicated that the time isn't right or the reason of another. Others just outright don't respond, no matter what I send their way. I've dealt with this a lot this year.
What
When
did
do you
you
have
send their way?
when do you have a buyer sign a buyer's representation agreement before you go see a property?
Before you go see a
That's the
property.
law.
Before you put in
Right.
the work.
Yeah.
Or too much of the work.
Well, I'm like,
No, well, I will tell the buyers
Because it weeds them out. It weeds them out anyway. If
yeah,
somebody's not
well,
serious.
I like if I get a referral or if I start talking to somebody and we are not at the property looking stages, I always talk about it, but I'll let them know. I'm like,
Referrals are a little different though.
yeah.
I guess I'm thinking more people who are just like,
No, I have zero problem. Like as Joe said, it is part of the job. Like I will tell them like I can still do research, advise you, do all these things. It's just before the showings, I have to have it in writing.
if I can sit on the couch naked while I do it, I don't need you to sign an agreement.
I love that.
okay.
That's my rule of thumb.
I love
If
that.
I can have my laptop open on my couch with
While
Netflix
watching,
on
like, Love
and I'm
is
sending
Blind,
you
yeah.
listings or I'm breaking down numbers for you don't need to sign anything with
That's
me.
like nice of you.
That
No, I'm the
I
same
do
way,
that a
though.
lot.
I'm
feel
the
like
same
I
way
wouldn't
though.
do that.
especially for
I'm the
for
same way.
listings.
As soon as I have a showing set, I will tell them like
If I'm putting
hypothet-
deodorant on, you're signing a fucking buyer's agreement. I love that. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. I will tell people like, let's say we connected, but we are not like we don't have anything scheduled yet. I'll talk about the buyer's agreement. I'll explain what it's for. I will tell them that I am okay to do all the work until we actually have the showings before we have it signed. But then hypothetically, today is Thursday. They say, can we see something on Saturday or on Sunday? I'll send it right then and there so that they have like 2-3 days to review. Actually, that's exactly what I'm doing for a referral client of mine that I'm taking out Saturday and Sunday. So I'll try to send it as soon as I can when I have the appointment actually set, starting that day of that appointment, so that they have plenty of time to ask me questions, sign, whatever that may be. But I'm not going to bother if we don't have anything set yet.
And here's the thing too, like anybody can show you a house. I'm showing you before we even show a house how much value I'm going to bring to you
Exactly.
before we even see a property.
Yeah.
Like even if it's down to, I don't know, market trends or appreciation of a certain area, or like that's so fast for us that like, oh my God, bye Miranda. That's how hard she works. She can't even stay the whole time. Love you, mean it.
fun. Let's
That
do it
was
again.
fun. I love having guests.
Yes. Well, you weren't here when we had Rianne, right? That was
What? You did a podcast with Rianne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up. What?
Whatever happened to that episode?
I haven't even seen that.
Oh,
Is it? Oh
Okay.
shit! I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
I'll try to work on the episode. Like how many we have at this point? 15, and we're still on episode 10. And I was supposed to do episode 10, guys. It's my bad. My bad.
I'll do 11.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, well,
But yeah, this sounds like a lazy agent, honestly. Like when are you having them sign it? You have to legally have it before you go see a property.
yep.
Open houses are fine. And yeah, being frustrated with people ghosting you is 1000% part of the gig.
It's like a loser mentality. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like-
listen, I can feel for that agent. It's tough. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
It's a tough business. It's tough to make money in this business, especially if you're trying to establish yourself as a broker. And if you have buyers who are actually vetting people and they're looking at your profile, looking at your social media and all that kind of stuff. And if you don't have a lot to show for, a lot of buyers will go with somebody else. I would recommend for this specific broker, do the 1-day agreement so they can see you, shake your hand, look at you in the eye. You can walk them to the property. It's a 1-day agreement for this specific house or a condo, or maybe 1-day agreement for few places. So you can just, if you have a better personality, I guess if you have a good personality.
Get a better personality is the moral of the
that's
fucking
not-
story
like,
here.
If you have a good personality, people will trust you a little bit better because, it is what it is. It's just the nature of the beast. But yeah, 1-day agreements were a good.
Yeah, I
think
mean,
they're
we
a good
work a
solution.
lot with Zillow and like online business where people will schedule a showing. They don't know us. They think that they requested a tour and it's already confirmed. So we have to do a lot of educating and asking people to trust us. And I feel like we don't really struggle with it. I don't struggle with it. I don't think you do.
No.
What do you guys do for those? Like you get a tour request for a weekend through Zillow. The person never met you yet. What do you do with buyer's agreements?
The 1-day.
Yeah, I think
I do too.
ultimately over the phone, it's really imperative to get what their timeline and motivation is.
Mm.
Like, are you going to make an offer on Saturday?
Yeah.
Potentially. Yes. Okay. Well, then I need this agreement signed in case you move forward with an offer.
Mm.
Then blah 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 blah. Walk them through the process. If it's no, and I'm like, well, eventually when we do want to see this place, I need it signed. We can do a 1-day agreement. I've also had people not in a rush, and I'm like, let's take this time because I know you're available to meet for coffee, and you can interview me before, and then we can see a place on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then I'll have the buyer's agreement signed by Sunday. We can also set the terms of the agreement. So whether it's 1 day, whether it's a week, depending on what their timeline is. I used to do a year. Now I usually just do until I think the property's going to close.
Yeah.
And extend it if I have to.
Yeah, I usually do either 6 months, sometimes when people are like from out of state or they're buying the second home, sometimes I'll still do a year, but generally it's either 6 months, either until when their lease is done. So like I just picked up somebody, their lease ends at the end of June, so I signed it through them through
Yeah.
June 30th. Because realistically, if we don't find the house by then we'll have to rediscuss something. But I agree with 1 days. I'll tell people up front. And I think we were always doing a good job of explaining how Zillow works. It's very confusing. You request a tour, you think you're maybe meeting a listing agent,
Yep.
you're meeting the seller, you're like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? It's a very confusing time. So even though we've always been transparent about who you're meeting and what you can expect, a lot of agents are not. So I walk them through it and I tell them, like, obviously we don't have a relationship yet. We just connected like 7 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I will send a 24-hour agreement. We'll treat it as an interview. I don't mind meeting for a coffee as
Yep.
well. But if people push back, but I also tell people that a lot of my clients prefer to see me on a job. So it might as well be both. And then we talk about it and then we discuss whatever makes sense for us, whether it may be 6 months, a year, 3 months, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, I tell them, I'm like, let's do the show, sign the 1-day agreement. Let's see these 4 places. Let's use that as the interview. You can watch the questions I ask. I can answer any questions for you. And you can kind of see how I work. And after those 4 houses, I'm pretty confident that you're going to be like, yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
I'll also say, like, this is what part of why I get frustrated about how people are like, realtors make it's so easy to make money when you're a realtor. I'm like, once you get to a certain point, like once I'm making an offer, sure. But like to turn that online buyer into online lead into an actual buyer that wants to make an offer is fucking difficult.
It is.
So
It's a lot of
there's a lot of times where I'm like, I worked my ass off for that paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
and it's not only that, it's all the it's all the years of expertise that you
Correct.
developed
Yes.
for that online buyer to be comfortable to go with you and be like, okay, Joe knows what the fuck he's doing. You work for that for years and years, and now it's easier than it would have been maybe for this guy who posted
To talk a
Exactly.
buyer through start to finish of the whole process. 4 years ago, I'd be like, looking at my notes, but like, yeah, you're exactly right. That's what you're paying for. The years that it took people to fucking get here.
Amazing.
Anything else on that?
No, I think we covered
No,
it.
I think we're
wow.
good.
We are so much better than we were last
We're
week.
on fire today,
Katie,
yeah.
you've been holding us back. Just kidding.
Enjoy
Keep
your
farming that maple syrup.
Wow, you're taking shots here even when she's not
I
here,
know.
dude.
I
swear to God.
just, it's my favorite pastime. I don't know what it is.
Just to be clear, Joe is very nice to Katie off camera. I don't know what this whole setup brings out to him.
I
but
think the fame ruins you, though.
I know.
Like, that's the thing. The fame has gotten to you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I'm nice to everybody.
Yeah, okay.
You don't think so? I just had therapy this morning and I was like, I'm really kind to everyone.
I love that. I actually, like, on Tuesdays, if you talk to me, I'm like the nicest person ever because
Yeah.
I'm fresh out of therapy.
Or maybe that's
and then
because I
by
just
like,
had therapy.
it probably
You know
is.
what? I took a break from therapy for maybe about 6 months. And I was maybe
I love that you believe that. That's
What
the
do you
most
mean?
important thing. That you're nice to everybody. It's
you guys don't think I'm nice to everyone?
It's very important to.
Wait, who
Well,
do you
you're,
think
you're,
I'm-
you're nice to everybody except Katie on camera.
Katie, I'm sorry.
It's
Wait, who am I not nice to?
it's very important that.
Who do you think I'm not nice to?
Me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm
But
sorry.
I don't take it personally though.
I have to work on that.
But like, listen, I'm okay with it. Don't worry about it.
I think it's because you're
Well,
straight.
that's like a second therapy of the day, huh?
Yeah, I don't have the energy.
Which is fine. Like, it's good. It's important to believe that you're nice to everybody. I love that for you.
Listen, I don't have to be nice to everyone. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah,
You
like
know
I
I
don't
said
like
that.
I don't
Period.
I don't what has the world or everybody in general done to deserve me to be nice to them?
Exactly. I agree.
I will be nice to you when
That's
you
very
deserve
Eastern
it.
European of you, actually.
But I'm,
If I could do the accent here, I would. I can't. I don't. I
I'm
cannot.
actually in
We'll
agreement
teach
with you.
you.
I'm a dick 95% of the time, so I'm good.
I feel like you have to earn it. I'm not going to
Exactly.
be just nice
no,
to
I
anyone.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. Perfect.
Unless you're my client and I need a paycheck.
Okay,
Okay.
is that kind of like that kind of constant gaslighting to people that you're a dick all the time, but then when you're a little bit nicer to them, they're like, oh my god, he's such a nice guy. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like I was actually talking about this in therapy. I have a real big problem with people throwing around nice. Like, it is so easy to be nice.
Yeah.
It is not easy to be kind. And I pride myself as a kind person, but like the fake niceties, that I don't do.
Yeah, I cannot do fake nice.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I've always
I'm an
been-
adult.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that no.
Yeah. I'll be polite.
And I think that most people are fake as fuck and they're just nice. And I don't have time for that. So like, I'll be kind to you once I realize that you're actually a kind person and not just someone pretending to be nice.
That's
Clock
nice.
it.
Perfect. So what does it say about Katie?
Therapy 101.
So bringing it back to Katie. No, Katie's a really kind person. And actually, I couldn't.
Katie's one of the nicest people
Yeah,
I've ever met in
kindness.
my
It's why I
life,
can
though.
fuck with her because I couldn't do that with just anyone. It's actually because I actually
Okay,
like her.
perfect.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Great.
So all you other bitches who I'm actually just like, you think I'm nice all the time, it's because I don't care about you. Okay. All right. This is our last one. Of course, here is the title. Why do I need a realtor if I find the property myself?
Well, let's
Now, this
see.
has come up before. I found a condo I like online.
Nice.
Good for you.
Love that.
I'm going to contact the listing agent directly and see the unit. If I want
You
to
go.
buy it, I can have a title company write up the contract for me.
Because that's how it works.
Does a title company write
Nope.
up a contract for you?
No, they do not.
I didn't think so. I was like, that's news to me.
They do not.
So here we go. You need a realtor already because you think that a title company is going to write up a contract for you. Could have fooled me though. I've been like, oh yeah, call them. I can hire my own inspector.
Yeah.
Sure.
No,
Your-
absolutely.
you can do that.
You can do whatever you want.
Your dad, I'm sure, would
It's a
love
free
to do
country.
it.
So people
Kind of,
say.
sort of. Is it? Why do I need a buyer's agent? What are they going to do for me in this scenario? Oh, there's an edit. I've decided not to engage a realtor for the sole reason that 95% of the realtors that have responded have been nasty.
Sad.
Sad. For all of you that think I'm a moron thinking a title company can't write a contract, you need to realize that things work differently in every single state. Okay, fair. Maybe,
Fair enough, fair
maybe
enough, fair
in
enough.
Tennessee or Kentucky where
I love how we always go south.
we always go south. They're bored and anybody can do anything. I work with a freaking title company that has a freaking real estate attorney on staff that will 100% write the
Okay.
contract for me. Yeah, the
So-
attorney,
Yeah, the attorney's writing a
does.
contract.
The attorney
not
does.
not the person working the front desk at a title office is writing a contract for you. So yes, so we do think you're an idiot because yes, the
Yeah.
attorney can write the contract for you. I'm turning off comments now and have reaffirmed my belief that realtors are not nice people and get a lot of money for a little bit of work.
Let's fucking
Love
go.
Here
it.
we go.
That's
Go.
it. Woo.
Womp womp womp. Oh, okay, so
And that will be another that will be person posting about a house and the roof fell off.
correct. Yeah. Well, the day I moved in, the roof caved in because my dad did the inspection for free. Okay, so
Oh God.
okay, all right. I don't even know. Yes, you can find any house you want to online.
Yeah. And you can represent yourself.
And you can
wonder,
represent
like,
yourself.
How, like, okay, so if you find a house on Redfin or Zillow, you cannot contact the listing agent.
You technically
Directly.
can. If you
You-
scroll far enough, it'll
can.
be
Yeah,
that's true,
like
that's true.
listing courtesy of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
they went to an open house or something.
Sure.
Or,
Yeah. But that listing agent is number one priority is representing the seller. So you're already
Correct.
working against yourself. You have no
Correct.
one to represent you.
correct.
That I think is enough to hire a real estate agent.
Correct. You don't know
Well,
how to.
technically, she's not going to be represented by the listing agent. She'll be represented herself.
Yeah. Well, I sold
Unless that listing agent is an asshole.
Yeah.
And will be like, dual agency.
I sold a condo to a self-represented buyer this year, which was fine because it was the only buyer that came through to see our listing. We were like, yes, please, thank you.
I had a client.
But-
I had a client who was an attorney. I met her at an open house.
Oh yeah, I met her.
Yes, that's right. She was an attorney and she wanted to do the contract herself.
Yeah.
And she was like, why do I need you? And I worked that so well. That was one of my proudest moments this year to get me to represent her. And I think in her head, she thought she would have to pay me. So that was like one
Yeah.
of the things I had to knock out of her head is that they're going to pay me and that you need someone to represent you and have your best interest in mind and bring the best team together. I already know off the top of my head, I have the best inspector I can call for you for whatever it is, condo, single family home.
Yeah.
I already know I have the best attorney for you.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you want the best? Like, what are you trying to skate by representing yourself? Is it
Also,
money?
Like, do you know how to negotiate for yourself? Do you know how to look up the market value? Do you know, or will you be just, okay, I'll go in 10% under listing price and then I want it 5% under listing price? Because some places might be overpriced. Some places may be underpriced. Some places may be priced correctly. Some places may be, especially this person is buying in a condo, some of them may be in a building that is fucking falling apart. I sold a condo this year. I represented a seller and my buyer would not buy in that building. Like everything about the condo documents, I was like,
Yeah.
rough. And
Yep.
the buyer's agent didn't care and the buyer didn't care and they did it. If it was my buyer, we would have run away.
Yep.
I wish them all the best. I hope they enjoy living there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, if you're like, well, I'm going to hire my own inspector, I'm going to have the write my own contract with the title office attorney. If you hire an inspector, if you Google an inspector and something comes up and that's the inspector that you use, good for you. You probably got a discount or found it on Groupon. You got a discount inspection. They missed something. So you save $500. And then once you close, now you need $10,000 to fix your roof
Yeah,
that you
and then
could
you
have
have to
avoided.
move in 3-5 years, whatever, and then you're stuck with it because you overpaid. The building sucks, whatever it is. And to be clear, you can, like, if you know what you're doing,
Yep.
represent yourself.
Invest-
Absolutely,
investors
represent yourself.
Yeah.
specifically
Or
investors,
you've
yeah.
bought, I don't know, 5 homes in the same,
Yep.
you know how it works. But the reality is, if it's your first time, if you're moving from the area, from a different state, or people who are moving from, and ironically, and correct me if I'm wrong or if you guys had different experience, people who bought homes multiple times in their life appreciate our work more.
More.
Yep.
100%.
Yes, absolutely. They're like, yeah, I know exactly what they're doing because I pride myself to the point that just like we spoke in the previous submission about how it's a complex process, I want you to walk away knowing what to do next time better. I want to educate you, not in like a stuffy way, or like I don't need you to give me a glossary or anything, but I want you to know that next time when you're buying a house, you're more comfortable with the process. That's it. And I think people appreciate that.
Also, like, I can't speak for you guys, but I'm also negotiable. If you're like, I want my attorney to write the contract or blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
I don't
blah. I'll charge you $2,500 to keep the transaction on time with my transaction coordinator, run comps, and negotiate for you.
Yep.
Like, I'll just charge you a flat fee and then we're both happy. So, like, don't rule it out completely. We can find a happy medium if it works for both of us. Am I going to want to take that?
I didn't even look, but it's for Saturday. My Saturday is jam packed.
I gotta pick up an online lead.
Yeah, but to take it from there too is 95% of realtors are nasty. Well, because the way you worded
Saturday at
this question.
6:30 p.m.
Yeah, I already have a 6 o'clock on Friday, Saturday, 6 o'clock. I can't.
I have like a life. Oh, shoot.
Oh, must
I
be
shouldn't say
nice.
this. I shouldn't say this
Must
on
be
camera.
nice. I don't should get me one of those.
Brad, look away. I picked it up. We're confirmed.
Yeah, but like if you word your question like that, of like what do you even get paid for? Of course, 95% of us you will get the answers that you're giving, and then you're bitching about 95% of realtors not being nice to you when you already implying that we are overpaid. Sorry.
It makes you look like a dumbass.
If you want
You just
to,
don't know the industry. I already know you don't know the industry by asking questions like that. Like saying by saying first and foremost, the title office will write the contract. You need a real estate agent.
Yeah.
To
But
give you,
if you think you know everything, then by all means,
go through it.
go do it.
Yeah, I will be
Go do it.
for you on the
Go
sidelines.
do it. Cut your own hair too.
Ah, that's a really good point. Yeah, cut your own hair.
Yeah.
Go for yourself.
I mean, listen. Over the past few years working here, I realized that some people minds cannot be changed.
No,
there's
oh my God,
always
absolutely
going to
not.
be people who are going to be shitting on your job no matter what. I guarantee you that this person, guy or girl, whatever it is, they go to Starbucks and they're like, I make better coffee at home.
Yes.
Like, this coffee sucks. I'm
Yes.
paying $6. Why the fuck am I paying $6 for this coffee?
Yeah.
I make it better at home. She's probably just a miserable person. I'm
I don't-
sorry.
it could be a he.
He or she is probably just a
In my mind, this is a
miserable.
man.
Maybe that's true. Like, that person is a
Mid-30s.
miserable person from like
Straight and white.
Oh,
from
absolutely.
from the moment they wake up every fucking morning, they're just looking for reasons to get pissed off of everyone. Be like, I can do everything better, and it's fine. Like, go, listen. Who am I to stop people from stopping you from fucking your own life? You know, everybody's entitled to make their own mistakes, right?
Yes.
Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Go buy whatever the fuck you want to buy without any help. Period.
I just closed a buyer yesterday, and I've been working with her for a year. This is from Zillow. Working with her for a year, and she insisted on using her own attorney and her own lender after me being like, the smoothest
Yeah.
is going to be my recommendation.
Yeah.
We'll give you the smoothest process. No. The attorney is free. I found a lender who's going to give me
I found
$1,000
those.
credit. I'm like, are you sure? Okay, fine. We had to postpone the closing maybe 4 times for a loan contingency or for the underwriting for the loan wasn't working, and the lender wasn't answering anybody. I couldn't get in touch with the attorney. I had no idea where we were in the process, and I'm like, and then at the end of the day, she's like, this was such a laborious process, and I'm like, I don't say this, but in my head I go, I told you so. Like, why don't you believe me? Why don't you believe me?
I always tell people that I hate to tell you I told you so, but that's a lie. I actually I love doing that. Like, if I'm not getting paid, you know how sometimes people are like, I think it's gonna close for 500,000, and I'm like, I think it's gonna close for 550, and then close it for 550.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's this, like, getting paid would be nicer, but if I'm not getting paid, I will take saying I
Yes.
told you so better. So I do enjoy that.
It's just like, I'm not lying to you, bro.
Yeah.
What do I gain out of you having the smoothest process?
Right.
And you stepped over, what does Brad say? Don't step over dollars to pick up pennies.
Pennies to pick up dollars to pick up pennies.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, sure, you saved $500 or $600 because you used your own attorney, but you had to extend your rate and you paid to do that.
And just to be clear, like, I have had I probably have about 30 to 40% of the times that people don't use my attorney recommendation and they use somebody else.
What's the percentage?
Like 30-40% of the
Really?
time. Yeah.
That's high.
Yeah, like I truly, as long as they are a true real estate attorney and not just
Yeah.
like somebody who done a real estate closing, I don't mind. Honestly, like I do have obviously I have my real estate, we all have our real estate attorney that we use.
Yeah.
But then I have picked up 2 or 3 attorneys like that for my backups. Like sometimes when there is
Sure.
a double-ended transaction, I use somebody else,
Yes.
and that's how I met them. So there are other great real estate attorneys as long as you interview. But I know exactly what you're talking about. Sometimes their company, like their employer, will give them like a free attorney or something like
Yeah.
that. Those
Yep,
attorneys are
yep,
usually
yep.
the ones that don't rely on referrals, and therefore their services are like eh. At
Yeah.
least the ones that I worked with, so no shade to anyone.
Yeah.
So like I don't care who you use. Truly, use your lender, use your attorney, use your inspector. Just make sure they're good. That somebody recommended them to you. You interviewed them, you talked to them, and you can be happy with them.
It's beneficial for all of us if there's more professionals in our profession. It's beneficial for the image that we have as realtors if more people have positive experiences working with real estate agents. The problem is 90% of real estate agents fucking suck. And I always playing devil's advocate, but I see the point of this person. Again, I'm not saying that this person is
You
correct.
are known for being very understanding.
Yes. Even
Wait,
though
what?
Even though I'm an asshole.
Just joking.
I see the point with this what this person is making is yes, I can see why a lot of people think that we suck because there's just not enough people who give a shit in our industry. Like I see it on a daily basis. I'm trying, like literally at this moment, I showed a house to a client of mine for $650,000 fucking dollars in Chicago, and I called multiple times, voicemails, text messages, emails. I try to reach him on showing time for the love of fucking God, to ask him a few basic questions about the
agent?
fucking house, the listing agent. Yeah. 2 days later, like still no response. And my buyer is like, do I really want to submit an offer? I was like, I don't fucking know. Even if it gets accepted, do you think that you're going to buy this fucking house? Like the process might be a nightmare. So I understand why people hate real estate agents. So we are in desperate need of good agents, good lenders, good attorneys, good everything. And Anastasia makes a good point. Yes, there are a lot of them.
Yeah.
We just have to like kind of vet out the shitty ones though.
Yeah.
In order to make everyone's life easier, including ours.
Yeah. No, you're right. This was good. Is there anything else?
Just to put a pin on that, you are responsible for your own decisions. If you don't want to use a real estate agent, you want to use your own attorney, you want to use your own lender, that's fine. We will never gear you in the wrong direction, but ultimately you're responsible for your own choices. So don't come complaining to me when these are choices that you made.
Correct. All righty.
Period.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
I thought you were going to fist bump me.
I can.